Greetings, dear ones. We are very pleased to speak with you today. And so our writer has asked that we speak to the current situation on the earth, as so much is happening now that feels to be disturbing or difficult as it reaches you in news reports or online discussions or interpretations of what is going on now. Many are online offering insights of one kind or another. Much of it is the strictly left viewpoint of modern journalism, which, it must be said, is often a kind of storytelling based on false information or supposition. Much of it based on official statements from the old power structure. Some of what one hears online are messages received from psychics or intuitives, some of it very spiritually aware in essence. And some of what reaches you is a combination of these. And we would say, listen to your inner nudges and respect the leanings of your own heart, space, friends, regarding what or how much to take in of this ongoing torrent of information. Avoid the news, empath. Keep your energies higher than that. Take in only that which flows positively with your energies and outlook, and leave the rest. You will still receive enough information to know what is basically happening, yet will not be overwhelmed or manipulated into feeling bad about life. You may choose not to watch the mainstream or even the alternative news reports anymore, for example, if you feel your energetic vibration lowering as you do so. This does not mean that you no longer care about other people and what is happening in the world. Most assuredly, you do care. You care greatly. We see that in your heart space, and that sensitivity is a very great reason to guard your emotions and your mental focus from manipulation of any kind. You may be aware of the spells that were long ago cast on your modern news media to bring the vibration of the listener or viewer down to feelings of extreme passivity, sorrow, loss, even hopelessness. You will need to retrain your thinking now so as to choose only that news which you feel in your heart, space, is honest and real, as well as encouraging, as your world is in many ways still steeped in third-dimensional forms and vibrations. We would also say, gather your own news. As you get quiet and tune in inwardly, what are you feeling or sensing is happening on the earth now? As you tune into Lady Gaia herself, and tune into these beautiful golden light particles flowing to earth, affecting every living thing, and ascending their frequencies to new and higher levels. What are you sensing? Are you sensing the despair that the news reports often spark in the viewer? Or are you feeling the aliveness of these light particles and the power of their transformative presence? Are you starting in some ways to remember lives in which you related to nature as a collection of individual presences, roles, and personalities, all of them woven into one beautiful, shining fabric? If you can find a bit of woods to hike in, weather permitting, or a patch of trees in a city park, or some plant or animal life on the land you live on, what do you sense there? Right now, all of nature is tuning in to the intergalactic messages and solar tonal vibrations being flowed to Earth and her beings. Nature's beautiful living presences are rejoicing that their own prayers have been heard and that their own voices of creation and yours can now become stronger. Much of this is palpable to the one who is willing to tune into it and to rejoice at the new life pouring in to everyone on earth, whatever their circumstances. You may have read how some of the contacts of the White Knights of the Ashtar Command at rainbowroundtable.de in their news updates speak of how everything is getting better and brighter on the planet. Yet this realization is not easily reached by the one who is taken in by the dark presentations of the old order in this great holographic field you live in. This outplaying of thought and energy that most still take as reality is anything but, friends. Yet your experiences and soul journeys are most assuredly real. This is so even if you rarely find time to laugh or to enjoy the colorful brilliance of the flowers or fruits at the market, or do not see the miracles that are trees, small children, and animals. If you will take a moment to breathe, to stop demanding that the world fix itself so you can feel better about it, something miraculous then has room to flow to you. You may more feel than hear the tonal vibrations flowing to earth now, to lift every heart, dark-furred every mind, detoxify every body. You may become aware of the movement of many millions of ships, fleets of beings you call ATs, though some are family to you, and angelics of every order, as well as archangels and ascended masters, working constantly to steer the great ship you live on into a place of peace and higher light. We are aware, of course, that many of you are stressed with work deadlines, family issues, health issues, bills to pay, and so on. We are aware that you are not blissfully floating about some great starship and greeting old friends at your leisure, or are you? Can you account for where your spirit and consciousness are every moment of the night as your body is sleeping? You cannot, for you do not see the colorful portals of light you travel through in your spirit body each night to meet your soul family and to confer with them and others on your earth mission. You speak to them often about your soul growth in this earth life and where the earth is headed now. In those areas you are dedicated to assisting. All things must change, dear ones. So much is shifting now that does not speak to you only through your outer eyes and ears. As you ascend, you are regaining the ability to hear and to see inwardly, especially as you meet in meditation with your guides and higher self, your soul family, or any beautiful being of light you wish to connect with. Many of you are recalling the lives in which you connected easily with the fairy realm, or a dragon friend, or spoke inwardly with animals, or with trees and heard their histories. For trees are great storytellers, and all of their stories are real ones. All of this is real, as well as the fact that you are greatly loved and assisted now by beings who have existed for thousands, even millions of years, and whose voices are available to you if you will listen. For some, hearing inwardly is easily accomplished. They simply call on whomever they wish to speak with, ask their question, and listen as the answer comes forth. Others receive information in outer ways, in symbols they might see, or things they read, or comments in conversation that seem to be sheer coincidence. Yet they know in their heart that this is a message they are meant to receive. Others will say to their spirit team, "Just drop your guidance into my thinking. Infuse my thoughts with your wisdom. I'll know it's you. Those ideas will just feel lighter and will bring me some form of peace I didn't have before. Others receive images or messages in dreams, through oracle cards, through automatic writing or drawing. Choose what you feel most comfortable with, dear ones, but open to this higher wisdom as your new news report and the one most applicable to your life. Affirm aloud now if you wish. I am open to receiving divine knowing and divine wisdom at all times. And release the obsession with receiving information outwardly, as if that were the only way to learn about something. As a baby, you had no faculty for such, yet look at how quickly you learned so much, and mainly from your intuition and very open connection to this universe. You may know the beautiful old reminder, listen, the earth is singing. Remind yourself of this often, for indeed the earth is singing. And cease to crown as king or queen of your thoughts and emotional vibration. Anyone with a microphone or a news desk who seems to speak authoritatively on something you feel you know little about, you know more than they do, friends. Believe us as we say that, because your gaze is lifted far higher than that narrow sliver of false or misleading information that the old power structure allows them to share with you. They have no authority. All of that is yours now. And so, will you rejoice in that and treat all, including yourself, with great kindness now? Your leadership as a being of light and higher love is much needed and irreplaceable in your ascending world. Move into that space and give thanks. Even when all your modern world training says that is nonsense. You have outgrown them. We send much love, dear ones. You are much further down the path than you can imagine. All is well. Namaste. We are with you always.